I'm going to go ahead and give you my top 10 favorite characters list. I wanted to extend it to like 15 because there's so many characters, but I'm just going to make it just generally 10, all strictly from the Dragon Ball Z series, and even including the movies. For number 10, I like Imperfect Cell. Now, I know that, Cell has 3 various stages, and if you're going to call Cell, just go ahead and just call all of them. But I like the Imperfect Cell because of the personality and the design. And I love how I just love his ability, especially with the tail. I think it was really good. He is pretty standout, and I really would have kind of liked to for them to kind of delve a little bit more into that version of the character. And I loved his raspy voice in the original dubbing. I'm not sure if the Funimation continued it or not, but if they did, I think they did. I'm not quite sure. They've remade it so many different times, but it's mostly because I do like the personality of the character, and I do really, really enjoy the design. He's like the first bug character that looks that cool. The second one, the ninth one, since I'm going down 10 to 1, Garlic Jr. Now, he was first introduced in the Dead Zone movie, and if you want to call that Dragon Ball, fine, but I'm going to say, since it said Dragon Ball Z, it's Dragon Ball Z. Now, Garlic Jr. is this little imp that wants to take over the world, basically due to the fact that he deems it is right after his followers defeated by Kami, which that was like the only time Kami was actually that relevant. But Garlic Jr. is actually a pretty interesting villain, and I really would have liked to have seen him do a little bit more with the character. They did bring him into the series, but it was, it was just a filler arc, and there wasn't really anything to it. But I do like his character, especially his ability. I mean, he's like this imp, but then when he powers up, he goes to this huge super mode. So I thought that was pretty cool. Number 8, of course, Bulma. Bulma is absolutely cool. She's a scientist. She's super smart. She's probably the hottest thing in the show. She managed to even tame Vegeta. Had a son with him. Bulma has been with the Z Fighters for a long time. In fact, she was there at the start. She does help them in so many ways. Specifically during the Namek arc, she did a lot that contributed to. She pretty much. If it wasn't for her, pretty much, Dragon Ball Z would not be what it is. So she does land. In my book, she has a solid character, and she's completely awesome, even though she tends to go off the rails sometimes. Coming in at number 7, of course, is Krillin. Krillin is Goku's best friend. Krillin is perhaps the most powerful human on the planet, and despite a lot of times being overpowered by most of his opponents, when he tries and he goes hard, and I like Krillin for that. I would have liked for them to push him out a little bit more, but I say pretty much the most prominent he's ever been in the entire series is pretty much the Saiyan arc all the way to about the Cell arc, and but Krillin is pretty cool. He is known as the humor. He does bring a lot of good comedy into the series, but I don't care what nobody says. Krillin steps his game up, especially when he's fighting people who are like 10 times stronger than him. He doesn't give up, and I like that about his character. Coming in at number 6, we have Vegeta. Vegeta is the Prince of all Saiyans. Needless to say, the guy's stubborn. The guy's prideful. He's completely badass. True, he always gets his tail kicked in almost every fight. But he is the second strongest person on the planet. And he even is one of the most pronounced characters to have an developing arc. Because when he first comes to Earth, he's cold, he's ruthless, he's, it's all about him. It's about him acquiring power. And even though that part of him isn't changed, he does turn from bad to good. He actually becomes a very prominent Z fighter, and there's this rivalry that him and Goku always has, and at moments it can be very comical. But you can tell that that he actually cares about Goku, despite him saying that he doesn't or he wants to kill Goku still. But Vegeta is pretty cool. He's a pretty awesome character. Coming in at number 5, I have to add Bardock. Bardock is Goku's biological father. They look exactly alike, except for Bardock has a scar on his left cheek. Bardock's awesome. This is one of the topics I wanted to kind of touch on about Dragon Ball Z that I wish they would have emphasized a little bit more. And it's Goku learning about his father, Bardock. Now, he doesn't get much in the series, but Bardock was a very standout Saiyan. He was well known. A bit of a troublemaker here and there, but in the movie, Bardock, father of Goku, he completely kills when he finds out that Frieza's going to destroy the planet. When he tries all he can to try to stop it, and you get a very exciting fight sequence with him, despite him losing. But Bardock is actually pretty cool and pretty badass, and it's easy to see where Goku gets his talent for fighting from. Coming in at number 4, Goku. Goku is the main protagonist of Dragon Ball Z, a Saiyan sent to Earth as an infant with a mission to destroy it, but after having an accident, alters his memory, making him the greatest defender of Earth. Goku is awesome on so many levels, mostly because he can balance a lot of comedy and seriousness at the same time. There are a lot of moments throughout Dragon Ball Z where Goku is absolutely clueless about some of the most common sense things, but the guy is actually likable. He's fun. When he is fighting, he takes it seriously. When he protecting his friends and family and the Earth, and innocent people, he takes it seriously. He kicks all types of tail. He's the go-to character when it comes to fighting someone that's like maybe 10 times stronger, but he still goes, and a lot of times he surprisingly succeeds with his just determination, skill, and a lot of luck. Goku is probably one of the most pronounced and well-known characters in anime, and it's easy to see why. But yes, Goku is pretty badass in my opinion. I really love the character. But hey, he is just a straight up awesome character. Number 3, Broly. Broly was introduced in Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan movie. He is a Saiyan with just godly powers, with unlimited powers seemingly, always gets stronger, always, just getting up there in level. He's like the God mode of Super Saiyans. The God mode that we saw in the one movie, Battle of Gods. No, if you want to actually see a God Saiyan or Super Saiyan God, I go straight to Broly. Broly is probably one of the most well-known villains, and it's because he's so utterly powerful and so utterly ruthless. In the movie Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan, he completely decimates the Z Fighters in a way that is never been seen in Dragon Ball Z. He is mentally unstable, but the guy's insanely strong. And I would have loved to see him be included into the series. Broly is one of those characters that he's just so bad, he's just good. He's cool, he's personality. He has a lot of personality, and I really enjoyed his character. The movie was awesome. Maybe not the Second Coming and Bio Broly, but the first movie definitely stood out. And it's because Broly just makes his list because God's is a straight up juggernaut. Unstoppable. Coming in at number 2, Kid Buu. Now, Buu has various stages throughout the whole entire Majin Buu arc. But the one that stands out the most is the Kid Buu. Kid Buu is just funny. He's crazy. He's the most dangerous. He's the most unpredictable of all his forms. He is the original Buu. And despite being just totally irrational, spontaneous, and have this crazy childish personality, he's extremely dangerous. I mean, the guy actually self-destructed, blew planets up, reformed himself, went to another planet, blew himself up again, destroying the planet. And I mean, the guy is just unpredictable, and I like that about his character. He isn't somebody who talks with all this all these monologues or anything. He doesn't try to broker deals or make fun of his opponents. He is straight serious, where it just comes to like just destruction. That's why Kid Buu makes it on this list. And it's interesting because he seemingly gets stronger too. So he's one of the most challenging and diverse characters in the entire series. That's why Kid Buu makes number 2. And coming in at number 1, my all-time favorite character of Dragon Ball Z is Android 18. I love her character. Android 18 is one of those characters that initially starts off as bad, but ends up becoming good. She is the twin sister of Android 17, as well as Dr. Gero's 18th android overall. Now, she later on ends up marrying Krillin, which he deserves it. Krillin does deserve it. And she used to have a daughter named Erin. See, the thing about 18 is that, you know, like as I said, I like that developing arc with her character. And I love her personality. She seems so nonchalant about stuff. She seems so serious. She's sarcastic. You know, when she fights, she can definitely just stand on par with the Z Fighters. She's extremely hot. I love the voice performances. I love her character just overall. I love the confidence. I love how cool she is. And she is just literally one of the most pronounced, if not the most pronounced female of the series, next to perhaps Bulma and Chi-Chi. But it's nice to actually see a female character actually be able to stand up there with the likes of Goku in them. And I really appreciate Android 18 and the whole story arc and developing arc of a character throughout the Cell Saga and how it extends later on through the series. So those are my top 10 favorite Dragon Ball Z characters.